Hey guys, it's CutieSims or Jen here, and welcome back to a speed build on my channel. Now, I did my intro a different way. Hey guys, so if I am a hot mess this video, which I already am, like I've done this recording so many times, and I'm talking fast, and I'll explain why I'm talking fast, but I'm a hot mess because I didn't get any sleep last night, absolutely none, and I'm kind of going through, like, that tired phase right now. It's, like, 10 in the morning, like, I haven't gotten tired yet, but, like, I know it's going to come after I start rendering this video, so I'm talking fast to, like, you know, I hope you guys can understand me. If you can't, I am so sorry. Go watch one of my other videos where I am actually a functioning human being. Okay, so, there's not much to say about this build. Like, I've talked about it so many times, but, like, something has gone wrong with the recording, or, like, I was just rambling, or, like, I was just not being a proper person, that it just wasn't going right. So, like, I've just pretty much done this voiceover millions of times. And I'm talking fast because I want to talk about the story that I had planned to talk about. So this house, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, pretty explanatory. Watch the video and you'll see what it's about. It's on the gallery. My origin is CutieSimsYT. Okay, so this build, when I was building this, sorry, like I said, I didn't get any sleep. I'm trying to, like, get my words out without them sounding crazy. Not a very good start. But when I was building this house, which I built it yesterday, when I wasn't sleep deprived, I was listening to Little Simsy's podcast, Hey Simsy, and I didn't watch them, I listened to both of them, the one that she did with her little sister and her first episode. And in her first episode, she talked about how she got dropped one of her friends, you know, back when she was in school and stuff. So, and I thought, what I was thinking about it, since school is coming up, some of you guys might already be in school. I don't know. I don't go back to school until September something. I have no idea. I'm not really looking forward to that, so I'm not keeping track of when I go back. But, she was sort of talking about, her middle school experience and, like, how she was socially awkward like me, and, you know, she dropped her friends, she got dropped, you know, and she's talked about it, like, on her main channel, I believe, like, I'm pretty sure I watched one of her videos and she talked about it, maybe one or two of them, but pretty much I thought I would talk about that, and I think I have enough time to talk about it. So I recently graduated from middle school, like, thank the Lord. Okay, so I'm pretty sure most of you guys aren't going into middle school, but if you are, hey, this is the right video for you. Don't be scared of middle school. But I'm going to talk about it anyway, because some of you guys may be going through the same thing that I went through, or maybe you just want a good laugh. So I'll credit to Little Simsy for the commentary idea. But to keep this video not going for too long, because I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to talk about it, 6th and 7th grade were the worst years of school for me ever. That was because my mom had transferred me to a different school, because, like, we had moved, so she had transferred me from the school that I had gone to kindergarten through 5th grade, so obviously I had really great friends at my other school. And so going to 6th and 7th grade at a whole different new school, like, not knowing anybody, and, like, I knew there were going to be other people there just like me who had no idea what they were doing. So I wasn't too worried. Like, I wasn't scared going into middle school, because I knew that they were gonna, like I said, there were gonna be people who it was their first day too. Like I wasn't gonna be alone. However, I wish I would have been just a bit worried, just because things weren't so perfect for me going to middle school, because, like, going into it 6th grade year, I didn't have my glow up at this point, so, like, I was still wearing my natural brown hair back in a ponytail, wearing the same coat every day, you know, with my, like, I don't even know what shoes were I wearing, probably, like, Skechers or something. Embarrassing. Okay. But I would say a couple months into middle school, I sort of had my glow up, I guess. Like, that's what I call it anyway. Sorry. But I started to like dye my hair and wear makeup, and by wear makeup I mean like mascara and lip gloss. That was it. Like I didn't wear foundation and like everything to school in 6th grade, okay? Like leave me alone, okay? So I like when I started doing that, I did make friends, which I know sounds very pathetic. Like I only made friends because I looked pretty and like, you know, whatever. Like I don't talk about it, okay? Because I am very ashamed of that I made friends because of my cool galaxy hair. And yeah, it's just, it was a mess. Like I don't like talking about it because I don't associate with those people anymore. Because my 8th grade year, I did end up transferring back to my school in my hometown because we ended up moving. Like it's complicated, it's messy, like, but I like 8th grade year was like okay for me in terms of like middle school. Like it wasn't the worst. I would say 7th grade was the worst for me, but pretty much it was mainly because of these two girls, particularly just one, because like I was really really good friends with her in 6th and 7th grade, and she sort of just backstabbed me. So the way I can start this story is back in 6th grade. I think we were ending towards the end of the year. And in 6th grade, you had to share a locker. In 6th and 7th grade at that school, you had to share a locker with somebody. And in 8th grade, you got your own locker. I don't know why they had their system like that, but pretty much for some reason, I ended up with my own locker. I think like a girl ended up, like on the first day, ended up transferring classes, like first period, so I ended up getting the locker to myself or something. Like I don't know, I got a locker to myself all year. And I would say about 3 months after, or 3 months before school ends, sorry, this girl who I had been friends with, like I knew her from PE, like we weren't that close. I mean, like we were close PE buddies pretty much because we both hated PE, so we bonded over that. We'll call her, like, I need to make up a name for her, like Little Simsy does, because, like, I can't say her name. We'll call her Mackenzie, even though there were kids named Mackenzie at that school. Like, they're never gonna watch these videos, they don't know I exist. So, this girl named Mackenzie, who was in my PE class, we're good friends, and everything. She had gotten in a fight with her locker buddy, which I know, like, middle school drama, oh my god. It's still like that. Sorry, honey. But what am I trying to say? She got in a fight with her locker buddy. And so I offered her my spot in my locker, which, I mean, you weren't supposed to switch lockers around and stuff, but, like, it's not like the teachers checked or anything, so, I mean, it wasn't, like, a big deal. But she, accepted the offer, and, like, ever since we started sharing the locker, from that day on, we had been, like, really good friends. However, 7th grade was, like, 1 year. I mean, we didn't really talk during the summer between 6th and 7th grade, but, like, during the last few months of 6th grade, me and her, like, we sat together at lunch. Even though, like, I had my own social group, I started to ditch them for her just because I was used to having that one friend instead of, like, a big social group. Like, I was used to having one close friend than, like, 10 friends. So I sort of just, she clung on to me more. Like, that's what I would say. Like, I don't want, like, it sounds so conceited to say it like that, but, like, she did cling on to me because, like, her one friend that she had sort of just, I don't know what they got in a fight about, honestly. Like, she told me, but I forgot. But, you know, she sort of clung on to me because her friend left her. I guess you can say her friend dropped her, and then this girl ended up dropping me, but I'll talk about that. So 7th grade year, me and this girl had our first period class together. It was math. This is, like, the first day of 7th grade. We and her were, like, locked arms, like, we ain't going anywhere, because, like, we were both scared because, like, I don't know, it's complicated. I'd explain it more, but I don't have time. So, but me and Mackenzie, is that what I named her? I think that's what I named her. But, you know, me and her, I told her we will share lockers. You know, because, like, you got to choose anybody in your first period class to share a locker with. I don't know why first period, just that was the class. So me and her ended up sharing a locker. However, that was a nightmare. So pretty much me and her, like last year, we had hung out all the time. You know, we sat together at lunch and everything. So this is where the story sort of turns ugly. Pretty much, I would say maybe about 4 or 5 months, you know, into 7th grade. Everything's going great. Like, we celebrated Halloween together. We had sleepovers, like the classic middle school dream. Okay. So things started to go bad, I would say, after Halloween, probably like around Christmas. So I had introduced her to one of my friends. Like, me and this girl, she's the second girl that was mean to me. We'll name her, I don't have a name, Mackenzie and Avery. Those are like totally random names. I just like, yeah. Okay, so Mackenzie and Avery, they were friends like for like in 3rd or 4th grade pretty much. Like, I didn't know this at the time, but I had introduced Avery to Mackenzie. And, you know, they were all like, oh, we know each other, you know, we were friends and blah, 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 blah. You know, but they just weren't friends like in middle school, I guess. I don't know. But that's where like things turned for the worse. So you can probably guess the rest of the story. Like, she pretty much ditched me for this girl that I introduced her to, that she already knew kind of. But it was just really, I don't know how to explain it without getting, because like thinking about it, even though it's been like 2 years since this has happened, it still kind of upsets me. Like, not like I don't get angry, like I want to like just go text her and be like, you're a bad and terrible person, like I lost her number, like I don't need to have that negativity anymore. But she definitely ruined 7th grade for me particularly. And this was Mackenzie, not Avery. I mean, Avery was a part of it, but it was mainly Mackenzie. But, you know, like it would start like they would sit at a different lunch table than that I sat at, or that we had always sat at, you know, all year and last year. And you know, she would start ignoring me in class, or she would start sitting by someone else in like classes that we had together and things. And it kind of got to the point where she even started to take like my other friends away from me. And like, I know, like, I don't care about it anymore. I think I care more about like how she treated me. I think but I didn't care like that she took my friends or like anything like that, because like I'm not even like, I wasn't good friends with those people anyway. But you know, she like started to just not be very nice, and things started to turn like very, very, very ugly. I would say probably after spring break. You know, her and this girl Avery, they started to hang out more. They started to just trash talk me pretty much. And like, I heard this from my other friends that she would talk to and everything. But and like, this was 7th grade. This is like, we were like, how old are we? Like 12 or 13. Like trash talking is like, you know, if you've been in middle school, you know how trash talking works in middle school. Like, it's not that serious, but it's like kind of not nice. But she started doing this and all, like, and pretty much her, Mackenzie and Avery, like, I started to sit with them again. Although they usually ignored me, like, I still sat with them because, like, I don't know, I felt like because me and Mackenzie were still good friends. Like, Mackenzie would treat me like she used to when Avery wasn't around. So, like, I would sit with them because I would think, oh, maybe Mackenzie will shape up today, in a sense. Which she did when Avery wasn't around. So, so that was kind of me and her relationship for a couple of months. Like, me and Avery were pretty chill. Like, she wasn't really trash talking me as much. I mean, she would like join in apparently. Like, this is all that I've, like, this is just like gossiping with my other friends, like, you know how it goes. I'm glad I'm not friends with like any of these people anymore. But, you know, and things started to get uncomfortable when Mackenzie and Avery started to pick on me, like, during lunch or like after lunch, because like after lunch we would have this thing called activity time, and like that's when you could just like roam around the school pretty much for like 20 minutes until you have to go back to whatever class you had next, pretty much. Like every school does it, I think, or at least here in the States. But, you know, they would just be like we would sit together at lunch. Like, eventually we started doing that again. But then, you know, like during activity time, like after we like already threw our lunch trays away and like everything like that, like we were just sort of walking around the cafeteria and like outside, you know, they would just do things like they would say like I had like no forehead or anything, like just like, okay, like I remember the no forehead thing that they said to me. I particularly remember this only because I remembered after they said that to me, they started to kick me, which, like, it started to get physical, which, like, oh my god, the way I'm explaining this, you're probably thinking, like, I was too scared to leave the situation. Like, I was, but at the same time, I wasn't. But me, Mackenzie, and Avery, this was, like, the last straw for me. We were all standing by our classroom door to go into our next class because we all had the next class together. And this was, like, after lunch. We were all standing outside the door waiting for the bell to ring so we could go in. And pretty much they just started talking, usually ignoring me. I was usually on my phone, trying to act like I didn't care. And I don't remember their exact words. I think it was Mackenzie that started it. She was like, she got mad over the fact that I wouldn't show her my phone or something because I don't know what I was doing on my phone, like some stupid thing probably, like I was probably on Snapchat or something, and she was like, let me see your phone, like I don't know what she wanted to do. So, but I didn't give it to her because, like, we just, like, weren't on good terms, but we still hung out we all hung out together. And pretty much she got mad and she took my phone and threw it on the ground, which, like, she did it in, like, a sarcastic way, but that was sort of the last straw for me, just because, like, I know the last straw should have probably have been, you know, them, like, kicking me, but, like, it wasn't like they were, like, being a bully about it, pretty much. It was more like they were sarcastically, like, I'm saying this in, like, quotation marks, like, sarcastically, you know, like, kicking me or, like, sarcastically throwing my phone. Like, you would call this bullying, but, like, it really wasn't, because, like, it'd be like, oh, ha, 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 it's so, like, funny and things. Like, them doing those kind of things didn't really hurt my feelings. It was more when they started to, like, say rude things behind my back, which is when it kind of got bad. Like, they were the only, like, people I would consider who, like, bullied me in middle school, because, like I said, like, I was friends with pretty much everybody in that school until I obviously transferred. And I didn't transfer because of them. Like, I know the situation with them sounded pretty bad, but, like, I didn't transfer because of them. Like, I transferred because I just didn't like the school in general. But pretty much I ended up just drifting away from them. Like, I didn't drop them because one day they just told me they wanted to just stop sitting with me at lunch, and I was like, okay, fine, I want that too. So I would say that they dropped me, but, you know, it was kind of mutual, but, like, we all sort of hate each other now. I mean, me and Avery still talk to each other, like, on Snapchat and things, but Avery and Mackenzie are still great friends. They hang out with each other all the time. I mean, like, I might have lost a friend, which I don't really care, because I don't go to that school anymore. I don't care about any of the people there. Sorry. No. Like, I'm not sorry. Like, I don't miss anybody there. Because they're all fake. You don't need fake friends. Stick with close friends, okay, guys? If you learned anything from this, stick with people you trust, and if you have gone to the same school since kindergarten or from a young age with people, stick with those people. Don't think that when you go into middle school, like, you have to change. I mean, like, obviously, if your friend that you've been friends with since kindergarten, which is something I dealt with, but I'll probably talk about this in another video because I don't have enough time. But pretty much I was friends with this girl. I'm not gonna, like, give her a name just because, like, it is such a personal story to me. Like, I've never been, like hurt so much from, like, losing a friendship. Like I lost Mackenzie and Avery, like, whatever. Like, I'll get over that because, like, I was ready to move on from that too, because, like, they did hurtful things to me. Like, they physically hurt me and things, but it wasn't, like, bad, you know? Like, I don't know, you guys probably think that, like, I, like, take the abuse and, like, I'm fine with it. Like, it wasn't like that. Like, they kicked me, like, once or twice, but, like, when it wasn't like they were, like, kicking me like a soccer ball. Like, they would just, like, quote unquote trip me, but it would be, like, more sticking their foot out and then, like, kicking it harder. Like, I don't know, it's really complicated. Like, I probably should have, like, but like I couldn't like go to a teacher or anything just because like we were friends and everything, and like I don't know, it's complicated. Like, just middle school banter, something that like we all sort of like did, but they took it too far pretty much with everything. And yeah, I don't know, this video is sort of everywhere. I did talk about what I wanted to, I just didn't to talk about it all. So I'll probably talk about it in one of my other videos. But I think we're gonna go into screenshots soon. I think we have a few minutes, but yeah, that was my story with my Mackenzie and Avery. I hope I never have to talk to them again. I mean, like, I still talk to Avery, like I said, but like, it's Snapchat things like, oh, you went to the water, or you went to like the river this week, oh cool, like, it's like conversation like that pretty much. But yeah, that was my middle school experience. I mean, that wasn't my entire middle school experience. Like, I had a pretty rough experience. Like, I would say that my Mackenzie and Avery story, that was just like the tip of the iceberg for middle school for me. And I mean, like, it wasn't that I dealt with bullies, it was more that I dealt more with anxiety and classwork and like just going to school in general. And it was more because I wasn't comfortable at the school I was in at the time, because like I didn't want to be in a big school. I wanted to go back to my old school, like, just like, you know, like stuff like that. I didn't really deal with bullies. It was mainly like, if anybody bullied me in middle school, it would probably, the closest would be probably them. But I don't really consider them bully, just because like we both, because like we were all friends, but like we all sort of had a mutual agreement to stop being friends. I mean, it could have turned out a lot more nastier than it could have happened. Like, I don't know. Like I said, running on no sleep. I'll probably take a nap after this, because it's currently 10:14 a.m. I think I'm ready to go to sleep. But we're about to go into screenshots. No, maybe. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm like exhausted. Like, I finally got this off of my chest, like my middle school experience, and I'll talk about middle school more if you guys want me to, just because I don't know, I feel like you guys might want me to talk. I don't know, like, do you guys want me to talk more about middle school? If you do, leave comments down below. And I just hit my mic again. I'm not sure if that hurt you guys. I'm so sorry. But we're going to screenshots now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little rant, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and possibly subscribed. And yeah, I'm going to go now. Goodbye.